Look, it's a flood!
It's a flood!
It's flooding!
Get away!
Quick, we need to get to higher ground!
Open the floodgates!
You're just gonna make me listen to it again.
I mean, I haven't listened to it all the way through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's part of the reason.
That's fine. Neither have I, because I couldn't. But we here now. We live. We told you bitches this was coming. I hope you ready for it.
And we are rising up and crashing through. This is Doc and Ziggy with the Flood. Keep your death threats to 140 characters or less.
What the fuck is cracking, Zig?
Fireplace.
The fireplace is rolling. I hope you guys are rolling because we told you bitches this was happening.
So we're actually not looking at ourselves. We just put a full screen view of a fireplace on.
It's beautiful. It's roaring.
Yeah,
the logs is nice and settled.
It'll help us forget that the camera's there, like they always say in the movies, right?
Exactly.
So like when you're really good at it, you forget that the camera's there.
And nothing has changed. We still gonna keep it raw and authentic for you hoes. But now you get to see the dumbass faces that I be making when he be telling dumbass jokes and shit.
I make a lot of dumbass jokes.
We both make a lot of dumbass jokes, but that's why y'all love it. That's why you here.
Indeed. All right. So, you want to start with something light or something heavy?
I mean, throw it at me, Zig. What you got?
All right, we'll start with something light. Cam Newton, former MVP of Carolina Panthers,
Right.
signed with the Patriots.
Ooh. Right as the boy leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Where he
Touchdown,
going
Tommy!
Where you going again?
He's going to Tampa.
Tampa.
He brought Gronkowski out of retirement to come with him.
You really think that's why Gronk came back, or you think
Yes.
because he needed to check?
No, yes, he definitely came back for Brady. Gronk does not need the check. He could get hosted. I think he's hosting like 3 reality game TV shows or something like that.
Hey yo, is it return of the like TV game show? Like I've seen like
There's been a lot of them.
I mean, you got the floor is lava right now that everybody.
You got
is
the Rob
talking
Lowe
about.
one, Mental Ninja.
Yeah, there was that. Can you beat what was it? Not Spotify. What's the thing that people use? Oh, can you beat Shazam or something like that?
Yeah.
You had to guess the music before Shazam did.
And then, I mean, of course, you have the stalwarts like America's Got Talent and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then you got like.
Does that qualify as a game show?
What y'all think?
Does it float?
Is that it doesn't float? Because I feel like we just need to decide it. Is it a game show or is it?
I mean, it's a competition.
America's Got Talent, but what's the difference between a game show and just a competition?
I suppose would probably be something like the prop value or the aesthetic, the gimmick.
Would it be the stakes on the line? Because, like, okay, so if America's Got Talent...
I mean, I think we have to...
No, but wait, hold on. If America's Got Talent isn't a game show, but Jeopardy is a game show, like, Jeopardy is a
I was
talent.
actually just thinking about Jeopardy. Like, Jeopardy would be the perfect comparison because Jeopardy, if you win, you keep going.
Right. So, but that we call that a game show.
Yeah.
And I, you know, the people on America's Got Talent are obviously talented. That's why they're on the show, right? That's what the show is about. But I mean, so are the motherfuckers that like keep going on Jeopardy. Like, what's that dude name that was like on it for like what, like 8-some seasons?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some people on game shows that do ridiculous things.
Like,
do you remember way back when on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when Regis was still hosting? The guy got to the last question and he used his lifeline for phone a friend and he called his dad and he was like, "Hey dad, I just wanted to call and let you know I'm about to win $1 million."
I remember that.
Like, talk about a flex.
Yeah. Remember the time you told me I wasn't gonna be shit because all I did was play Atari, Dad? Well, guess what? Jeopardy, motherfucker.
All right, so something else. on the docket is it's my birthday.
Hey, how could we forget about that?
I am 28.
Shout out to you, my nigga. Happy 28th birthday.
Thank you.
Cheers, sir.
So, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and in COVID land, kind of hard. So I figured one of the things I like to do is the podcast, so here we are.
Yeah, I mean, all we're doing is recording early. We might even drop it early for you hoes since, 4th of July.
We do got to try to get that.
4th of July is Saturday.
4th of July is also my best friend Zach's birthday. He's literally 5 days younger than I am.
Your best friend's ex-birthday?
No, my best friend's birthday is
I think
July
that's what
4th.
you meant to say, but I feel like you said my best friend's ex-birthday. We're going to have to roll the footage back. I might have heard that wrong. Also, the dude, the longest running Jeopardy contestant was Ken Jennings.
How long? Man looks up the longest running Jeopardy contestant and doesn't actually look at how long.
It was a 74 game streak. In total, he won $3,270,700.
I feel like he should have won more.
74 game.
And they film like 3 shows in a day.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Shit.
So that means.
Oh, hold on, because I can't do that. I can't do the math in my head, guys. Drinking Guinness. And you want me to do fucking math. Oh, you gonna try it? Hold on.
3 times 15 is 45 plus
24.
24 days.
Yeah,
He was on Jeopardy for 24 days. That's like a temp job.
It's like a month straight. That's a month straight. He was just in that bitch grinding.
I mean, they got off for weekends.
He was just in that bitch.
I hope that he got at a certain point. He just got better at like stage presence. Like he's like, I know I'm gonna win. I might as well get better at
How could you
doing the show.
After like day 6, you're like, oh, I'm in this shit. The fuck? After day 6, you're like, I'm in this shit. And then after day like 14, you're fucking like, you're just coming in and you're putting your dick on the fucking
I would
buzzer.
show up like at a certain point. I would just show up like Craig Sager, the old basketball sideline reporter, with just like ridiculous fucking suits.
Oh, I'm sure he did. We're gonna have to look that shit up. At a certain point, it had to just get wild. Like, they were like, yo, I gotta play with Ken. The fuck? You really? God damn it. Like, no.
It's like Michael Jordan and everyone else in the 90s.
Oh, or like when you gotta play against Steph Curry or LeBron.
Alright, so somebody was trying to say that Steph Curry like wasn't that good, and I was like, alright, imagine playing pickup. Some guy is taking the ball up full court, and this asshole pulls up from half court and bangs the 3. What are you supposed to do?
Every time he gets the ball. Like, of course you're going to be mad at the nigga. Now, I don't even know if I'm willing to call Steph Curry overrated.
He's not.
Because he, outside of, like, what LeBron was doing, like Steph
if people say they're
shit.
If people say he's overrated, they're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, his plus minus per 48 is
Are there
insane. Like, you can just look at numbers and you can look at what he does spacing wise, because he can shoot from so far out. He draws defenders so far out that he can just open passing lanes for Clay, who's almost, if not just as good a shooter as Steph.
Nigga is skilled. Like, he's a skilled player, yo. And I feel like trying to say that he's overrated is really taking away from what he did the last couple of years. And
he got 2 MVPs.
Exactly.
3 titles.
There's a reason. It's not just the branding. But I feel like when people say shit like that, they're mad at his branding. You know? Like, they're mad they have to see
he is like the golden boy.
Exactly. From the Golden State Warriors. He's the Golden State Warriors golden boy. And they were trolling the NBA for the longest time. It was Steph Curry with the 3. Like, come on, man.
I love KD. KD is my second favorite basketball player of all time. First being Kevin Garnett.
Branding is a crazy thing, is all I'm
Celtics.
Hey. You want to talk sports? I want to talk branding, my nigga, because marketing.
Hey, those two go right hand in hand right now with the NBA,
and that's why people don't like Steph. It's because of the branding. They branded him to be like, what do they call that in wrestling?
The heel? No. They branded LeBron when he was in Miami as the heel.
Yeah. No. What's the opposite of the heel?
I don't know. Clearly, we get caught up on words.
They don't look. Y'all already know. How many episodes is this? What episode is this? 18?
Something like that.
Yo, they know.
We are
now.
doing this so consistently that people. Right. It's kind of hard to keep track at this point.
I stopped keeping track a long time ago.
Like I was on the Spotify app looking at our catalog, and it took me going like this with my thumb 3 times to get to the bottom.
Damn, for real?
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty cool. I looked at the analytics and it was like over 500 plays. I'm like, that's pretty cool. We're moving on up, people, and we thank you for it. We thank you. None of this would be possible without you.
That part is real. Honestly, here's me looking at y'all again because, excuse me, I want to take the time to say that people who've been rocking with us, newcomers, and OGs, we really do appreciate y'all, for real. And we told you the visuals was coming, and we here, we live.
We back at it with the back at it. The most known, unknown podcast. Yours truly, Ziggy, and
your boy Doc
with the fly.
Yo, the opposite of a heel in wrestling is a baby face.
A baby face?
Yep.
Oh, that's what I have.
Or a face. So, they made Steph the opposite of a heel. They made him.
And then they made him into a heel when KD went there. They made that whole team into the heel.
It was like when Captain America went rogue.
Yeah.
And brought Bucky. Oh my God. How do we keep doing that? We keep bringing everything back.
To Captain America and Eminem and...
No, I was going to say to Infinity War. Like, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We keep tying everything into...
Thanos is such a great pop culture icon right now.
If Steph Curry is Captain America, does that make LeBron Iron Man? I mean, it would have to, right? Or is LeBron Thor?
I actually feel bad for LeBron. You want to know why? You want to know why?
Why?
People are always like, he's 3-6 in the finals. And I'm like, all right, his 2017, it was literally him and like 4 deadbeats. The second best player he had on his team scored like 18 points a game.
And he still got his bars.
So, Miami, all right, 2011, real bad. He wins the 2 titles. The 4th one, Kawhi shuts him down. But the 4 years in Cleveland, getting the 1, he's going against the most dominant team since the Bulls. And they're like, oh, fuck LeBron, his record's trash. And I'm like, he played against KD and Steph 3 years in a row. Well, no, 2 years in a row. And then his first year, he loses Kyrie and Kevin Love for the finals.
My man ain't had a good deck with him the whole time.
So you want to know something hilarious about LeBron right now?
What?
You know who the Lakers are about to sign?
Who?
J.R. Smith.
If they
too high or not high enough?
I'm going to say not high enough. The nigga was probably tired, hungover, all kinds of shit.
He does love his Henny. Remember when he won the championship, he's rolling around with the shirts off?
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. We have to know who we're fucking talking about, Joe. Like, I don't think the nigga was high. He probably takes playing sports seriously. He didn't get this far by not taking playing sports seriously. He probably just got really high the night before and may have even still been a little up from that, but not in the way everybody's thinking.
And the teammate apparently LeBron likes to have.
Apparently. That's what I'm saying. Like, the nigga can ball. Like, the fuck?
I mean, if he trusts him to take him to the finals again, may God help us all.
If LeBron and J.R. Smith bring the Lakers another championship.
Honestly, all right, so, of course, I'm rooting for Boston to win the title.
Obviously. I
don't think they're going to come out of the East, realistically.
Yeah. Who do you got your eye on, though, in the East?
Milwaukee? Giannis is a monster.
Yeah.
Like, they call him the Greek Freak for a reason.
Okay.
But, so, no matter what, if Boston makes the finals, I want them to win. But if Boston doesn't make the finals, I'm not going to lie, and this is going to sound crazy, but I'm pulling for the Lakers because I want LeBron to win. I want LeBron to take another one. I want that for his legacy because he's too good of a person to get this much hate.
I can respect that.
He's too good of a person
I can respect that.
Too good of a player to get this much hate. Like, after The Last Dance, you can see that Michael Jordan clearly has some sense of regret for being so driven for competition that he sacrificed so much in his personal life. They didn't touch his family at all.
Nothing? It's because it was messy.
Except for his dad, they didn't touch the family at all.
It's because it was messy.
You're damn right it was.
The nigga was gambling all the fucking time.
It wasn't gambling, it was competing.
I have a competition problem.
Yep. It's the same thing! It's the same thing, Mike!
Go ahead, fellas.
Stop it.
Ladies,
get some help.
Try this shit. Ladies, go out, fuck another nigga, and then look at your dude and be like, I got a competition problem.
Oh, did you see the tweet where they were like, imagine you're with your girl, and you're like, how did that dick feel? And she's like, I love all dicks. That's how, and then the next one was like, that's how you all live matter assholes look like right now.
All dick loving ass. That's wild.
Your girl. More like your girl.
She belonged to the streets.
So I went hiking the other day. Felt great, right? Turns out I walked 9 miles. We rock climbed up the side. We went to Patapsco.
We talked about this, didn't we?
I don't think we talked about it on camera.
No. I mean, of course
That's
we didn't talk about it
on camera.
On cam.
But anyway, we went to Patapsco and got to go swimming in the river. Like, walked upstream and I was smart. And I ate 2 Cliff Bars, a lot of beef jerky, and chugged a V8 when I got home, and my legs are barely sore. If I didn't do that, I swear I would not be able to go up and downstairs.
I mean, I'm glad it worked for you, but it wasn't the best idea. I'm not saying I'm not a personal trainer or anything.
I just knew I need protein.
Yeah.
Because I was struggling at the very end of it. Because like I said, we walked 9 miles in a park. Going up and down legit
protein
mountains.
Is good, but your body needs calories in general. It burns calories. I mean, you don't want to be too heavy, so heavy carbs probably aren't where you want to go.
I was hitting as we were leaving, we just finished scaling the side of the cliff.
Right.
And we're going up basically the rocky path, and by the end of it, my legs were just gassed. I could feel so much lactic acid built up, and I'm just I can barely walk right now.
I bet there, bro. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
I mean,
you think you go hard like that? It's nah, I'm proud of you, yo. I want to go on another hike.
And the best thing about it, I brought my little Bluetooth speaker and I hooked it up, and I made a playlist of all of the video game forest songs.
I'm so not surprised.
And it was awesome.
It was great. I believe it.
It was awesome.
I believe it was
just
a great
wandering
time.
through the woods,
with
and you're just
music?
yeah, you're do 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 do.
Immediately, I'm thinking the first 2 video games that come to my mind when I'm thinking wandering through the woods is Legend of Zelda and Pokemon.
Yep. Both of them were on there. had the Viridian Forest music.
Yeah, how could you not?
Yep, and I had the Lost Woods and Kokory Village.
Oh, shit.
Plus some stuff from Final Fantasy, because they have a lot of really dope music, too. And I stuck in a couple Castlevania tracks.
Were there any Wandering Through the Woods games? Or Wandering Through the Woods games?
Wandering
Through the Woods
Not
levels?
really, but they had music that fits. Because we were actually talking, me and Periwinkle, and we were thinking, what he mentioned it, is like there's a tone that all of these songs had in common. So they found a way to, no matter what song it is, just make you think of the forest. They just had that sound.
Yeah. It's like tones, I guess, associated with like being in the woods.
Yeah, and it's like it felt like an adventure, which was really cool because it was just really sweet to get out in nature and rock climb and swim in the river. And
damn, you swam in the river though?
The Patapsco River's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, water was clear.
I believe it. I seen the pics. I just don't know how I feel about swimming in, you know, black people in open water.
Yeah.
It's not all black
Ralphie
people.
May. Open water.
I mean,
help! It's a shark!
I go to
Where are you? Where are you?
Look, I go to the beach. I get in the water, but real shit, true story. I lost my glasses last year, sunglasses, my favorite pair of sunglasses. It's always your favorite pair of sunglasses. I lost my favorite pair of sunglasses.
Is it your favorite pair of sunglasses because it's your only pair of sunglasses?
No.
I only own one pair of sunglasses.
No. It was my favorite pair of sunglasses because I'm a sunglass freak. I don't buy them anymore because I always lose them, but I like them a lot. It's like like a James Dean thing. Did he wear like sunglasses? I don't know. It's bullshit. But anyway, we were in the water, and I wasn't that in the water because I know y'all are like, why were you wearing sunglasses and swimming at the same time? What kind of asshole are you?
We've all lost sunglasses.
Thank you. Anyway, I was like wading through the Ocean City water, and those of you who live on the East Coast in the DMV area may know what I'm talking about when I'm like wading through that water. Might as well be like digging through the mud. That's not true, but it's true. And
well, I mean, 2 days ago, I was when we were at the park, I was walking upstream, like against the current, and
okay,
like fair. It was fun and it was really hard.
Yeah, but I'm not done telling my story. So I'm wading through the water, looking for me sunglasses, as you would do when it is my favorite pair of sunglasses.
Of course.
And something bumps into my side, right? And I'm like, ooh, what was that? Maybe it's my sunglasses. I go to grab what is long and thin, let's be mature. It felt like a handle.
Fishing rod.
Felt like a handle, like, to your sunglasses. Pick it up, it's a fucking horseshoe crab. I picked up a fucking horseshoe crab.
How fast did you throw that thing into the air?
In the direction of like 5 or 6 12-year-olds.
Oh, you grabbed it right by the stinger.
Yep. On some Bear Grylls shit.
Steve Irwin shit.
On some Steve Irwin shit. I was like,
R.I.P. You're like, I've seen this movie before.
Yep. I didn't even look what direction I threw it in. I just fucking threw the goddamn thing.
Someone in my delegation would be like, hey, look!
Yep. I freaked out. Ashley was like, what? What's wrong? And I just threw not a stingray. I just threw a horseshoe crab. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, it was wild.
I miss the beach. I gotta go back.
Me too. But I miss the woods. I haven't been in forever. And I know that sounds weird, because people from my delegation, you know, we're a little traumatized to being in the woods since having to run from dogs and shit.
I've seen a lot of people from your delegation at Patapsco lately.
Exactly, because now we're reclaiming those kinds of things. Like I told you, I was a Boy Scout. I'm not saying I was ahead of the trend. I'm just saying I was a Boy Scout. And I like being in the woods. And there are tons of black people that do like being in the woods. I mean, believe it or not, Maryland has a lot of like black watermen and like black woodsmen and stuff like that. It's stay out there, yo. It's just not common to see, I guess, because, you know, representation and shit.
And people think Maryland, they think The Wire.
Yeah. Damn, is that all they think about is that all y'all think about when you think about us? Is that all y'all think about when you think about us?
We got the Ravens. We got the NFL MVP.
Yeah. And then they think about how Ray Lewis murdered a guy. Or may have, allegedly, don't at me.
Freddie Gray riots.
Yeah. That's more Baltimore shit.
And crabs.
It's just more.
And crabs.
And crabs. And that weird flag.
The best flag.
And DC is kind of close to there, right?
All right, so let's take a real quick breather, but we should go in on DC after this.
Hey.
So, you mentioned DC.
Yes.
The House passed a resolution, passed a bill that I didn't even know they were going for to initiate DC as the 51st state.
Oh, shit.
So think about this.
Oh, shit.
That would mean DC is a very liberal city.
Chomo.
But, so the Senate's going to oppose this.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
I think the Senate is definitely going to oppose this. And I had to hit a button.
Chocolate City. They don't want Chocolate City.
But DC has 70,000 residents, which is more than several states. Like, not a small amount of states.
Looking at you, Rhode Island.
And the way it would work would be, like, the White House, Capitol Hill would still remain, like, federal territory. So, the small area, which probably has no residential district anyway, would be part of federal government and not represented in the state itself.
Yeah. So that way they couldn't. Yeah, I feel. But I mean, that's dope. Now do it for Puerto Rico.
That's exactly what I was going to follow up with. Why hasn't Puerto Rico gotten statehood?
And if they'd have done this with the Philippines, we wouldn't have to worry about Rodrigo Duterte. So,
I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, we have places all over the world that...
Guam.
Yeah, and we're not...
The Virgin Islands.
We're not an imperial nation anymore.
No, we never were. So, why do we...
We never were.
Okay, yeah, I know it's wild I said that, but...
Better manifest destiny, sir.
We don't have a king. Anyway. Yo.
Do you want to talk about how we got the Southwest? California?
I mean, the War of...
Manifest destiny. It's our right. It is our divine right to
I was going to say
conquer
the
this
War
land.
of Mexican aggression, but I mean, sure. Tomato. People are like, is he joking? What? I don't understand this one.
But think about it.
I'm totally joking. Yes, Manifest Destiny was fucking terrible. Ooh, we stole land. They stole land. Tons of it. A whole continent.
Louisiana Purchase was just fiscal brilliance.
Yeah, but how did the French get there? Think about it. Half of this land belonged to somebody else.
To bring it back on topic.
So DC is now, or DC is might be. It's finally.
I didn't know that they were trying to pass that.
Yeah, they've been trying to get that done.
No, I didn't hear about it recently at all. It just kind of popped up on my Twitter.
DC has been trying to get that done for a very long time. Like, I want to say since the 70s, but I could be wrong. Lighthouse, check me on that.
The other thing that I heard people were talking about is receding the land back to Maryland.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Like, all right, so you said receding, and I'm like, if they make DC any smaller, then they might as well just call it Maryland. Like, right? Like, DC might as well. Sometimes I'm like, DC might as well just be a city inside of Maryland.
Yeah, because all of the border of DC, like the legal border, is all land that was given by Maryland. Like the Arlington, Alexandria area is the land that Virginia would have given for DC.
Yeah. So
that's why DC has that really weird shape that just cuts off the bay.
Yeah.
Or the river.
So, I mean, I don't know. DC wants statehood, and if that's what the people of DC want, and they don't want to be absolved into like Maryland or Virginia, then fine, fuck it.
It's probably. I agree with them not being absorbed into Maryland. They definitely are a different entity. Like, do you go to DC and then you go to Baltimore? They're totally different.
I mean, DC has its own flag, so I mean, that's as far as I need to go with that. But
Puerto Rico too. Like, the population of Puerto Rico is.
It's not fair. It's really not fair to them at all. And then we have an asshole president who fucking goes down there and makes a show.
We have people whose heritage they call Puerto Rican. It's pretty significant. It's
Captain America wears the Puerto Rican flag on his chest. I know that joke's been done before, but it's just something I was thinking about as we were talking about it, because I'm just trying to think about how shitty of a hand we've dealt Puerto Rico in the recent years.
Mean is somebody can say like, yeah, I'm an American, but Puerto Rico are still citizens of America, and they're Puerto Rican before they're American.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many Americans that are their heritage before they're American. So that's not something we can take from them. But they have been very complacent with this whole being an American territory.
Yeah,
and they don't ask for much. I mean,
a lot of people just perceive them as from Latin America, foreigners.
Isn't that
when they are Americans? They have
Puerto Rico. Isn't that by Cuba? No, it's still America though. You don't need a passport to go there. Just like you don't need a passport to go to the Virgin Islands.
You can go and use the same cash.
I mean, I don't know. It's good for DC that they got the statehood through. I want to see the same thing for Puerto Rico. It also makes me wonder what kind of a precedent this sets for other states trying to do similar things. Like California is,
California, I saw something about splitting into multiple states.
Yeah, because I mean, the demographics of California are very different.
I think they said they wanted to split into 3 different states.
Yeah. California's fucking huge, yo. It takes up.
California is bigger than.
Is it?
I don't want to take a wild guess, but it is bigger than countries in the world.
Is it bigger than Texas?
I don't know. It's smaller than Alaska.
It's smaller. Is Alaska bigger than Texas?
Alaska is the size of half of the continental United States.
There you go. Hey, there you go. So, I mean, Texas is pretty big though too. Maybe
Alaska would
Texas may be a fourth of.
Alaska is like Pac-Man eating the big ball, and then Texas is a ghost that turned blue.
Yeah, Alaska is a whole ass continent that we Australia. Alaska is a whole. This is northern Australia.
Australia is just. Wait, what is it? Australia is just British Texas.
And Alaska is just Canadian Texas. Or Canadian Australia.
Canada is America's hat. Canada to America is what Portugal is to Spain. Kind of tacked on.
I feel like that's accurate. I don't know if our Canadian subscribers, if we have any, will agree with it. But
or Cristiano Ronaldo.
I feel like that's accurate.
If Cristiano Ronaldo is listening to this podcast, we need to get him on as a guest.
Yeah, hit us up.
What's up, Ronaldo?
Tell us what you like. Tell us
what you don't like.
I don't know why my voice cracks. It's because I'm black. Anyway,
so
back on topic. Shout out to DC, Chomo, and I hope that this goes through because that would be great moving forward for them.
So I got a couple updates from the Lighthouse.
He says adding no substance to the conversation whatsoever.
What?
Talking about me. Keep going.
Oh, I zoned out a little. I'm sorry. You're trying to keep this on track.
Good luck with that.
It's my birthday.
Shout out to you.
I'm just gonna use that excuse whenever I go like brain fart.
Hey.
So,
word
from the Lighthouse, the show you were talking about last week.
Oh, you know what I just realized? We are doing our first visual episode on your birthday.
Aren't I pretty? Don't he look like Gary Busey mixed with Lakeith Stanfield? I think you can tell.
Tell me what you think.
Anyway, updates from the Lighthouse. So the show you were talking about last week is called The Boys, and it's on Amazon Prime.
So, have you seen that?
I have not.
Okay.
Lil B, our lightkeeper, actually gave me a really cool description about it, and it's kind of similar to. You said it was a superhero show.
It's
right?
like Kick-Ass meets Watchmen. I feel
dope. So kind of like a more stylized, kind of
satirical superhero, kind of, yeah.
So what else? The Bill Simmons Apology Podcast. I said about 5 minutes in an interview with Van Lathan.
Is that what you said?
It was about 3 to 4 minutes, and then an interview with Don Cheadle and Rob Lowe.
Shout out to Don Cheadle.
Love you, Don Cheadle. Rob Lowe too. Rob Lowe's awesome.
Yeah. Rob Lowe is. Shout out to.
He's
Rob
been
Lowe.
famous forever.
I mean, so is Don Cheadle. I saw Don Cheadle on a motherfucking episode of Golden Girls. My nigga, Golden Girls, on an episode about racism. It was some Facebook clip floating around Blanche and the Confederate flag and all that shit, and it was just wild to me because I was like.
He's been around that long?
Is that fucking Don Cheadle, bro? I sounded like a total Guido just now. But no, for real. Son, I was like, is that fucking Don Cheadle? Like, why is Don Cheadle on Golden? Am I high?
I mean, there's a lot of, like, actors in movies where I'm just like, what's going on? Like, when Chris Tucker showed up in Fifth Element, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That was
Corbin! Dallas!
It was random. Or like Dave Chappelle and fucking Robin Hoodman and type. It's like, what?
Or no, the ultimate one, Brad Pitt in Deadpool 2. That scene where you think it's Brad Pitt flying, it's actually Brad Pitt. The story is that they paid him with a cup of coffee, and they filmed. It took longer for him to drink the cup of coffee than to finish filming.
Brad Pitt is such a fucking anomaly to me, yo. It's like, I can't remember who the fuck said it, but it was probably like Jack O'Brien or somebody, but they were like, yo, they feel like he's trying to progressively get like uglier visually as a human being with like the scruffier.
I don't know if that's possible though.
It's just he keeps showing up in roles that are like
he's
what
always
the fuck are you doing?
He's always compared to Robert Redford, and there was a casting call for.
Do you feel like that's an accurate comparison?
I mean, I think so. They're both like movie stars, and there was a part that Dustin Hoffman.
They're both movie stars. No, that's his fucking qualification for.
No, what I mean, like, okay, they're like a real movie star. So what I mean.
Okay, yeah, but by those.
Hold on. Though. So there was a role that Dustin Hoffman got, and the director Brad Pitt tried out for it, and Dustin Hoffman didn't get the girl in the movie, and they didn't cast Brad Pitt because they were like, it's just. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Brad Pitt. It was Robert Redford.
Oh.
Robert Redford got turned down for a role Dustin Hoffman got. Because the director was like, there's no way in hell anyone would believe Robert Redford wouldn't get the role. The same type of thing with Brad Pitt.
I'm sure there... Never mind. I don't know. I was gonna say I'm sure there are girls that have turned Brad Pitt down. But then as I thought about it, I was like, that's probably happened maybe like 6 times total.
I mean, you would just think, like, man, I just get the chance with X celebrity.
I mean, that in itself carries
like,
a lot
you
of
see the memes.
gravitas.
He looked like he's about to risk it all. Yeah.
Would you risk it all for Brad Pitt?
Me personally, no.
I don't know the way you said it just now. I'm just asking.
No.
We're
like, have you seen all the
totally sex posy on the show?
Have you seen all the memes where there's like a white guy on the side of the stage looking at Nicki Minaj dancing?
I mean,
and they're like, the security guard looks like he's about to risk it all.
Who would?
Nicki Minaj twerked on top of Steve Nash. That happened.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Anything else from the White House? Oh, yeah, so we talked about World War
White
II.
House?
We can edit that out. So, another word from the Lighthouse. Banky, friend of the show, will be on here soon, said that the sentiment in America for World War II was there was actually a sizable amount that didn't want to get involved with it.
Yeah.
Because they, quote unquote, they got themselves into this mess. Because after World War I, we went very isolationist.
Okay, yeah, we were very isolationist before that.
George Washington warned us of 2 things in his farewell address: political parties and foreign affairs.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how much like racism had a lot to play into that. We were isolationists for a reason. Like, America First has like some very racist background.
Yeah.
And the sentiment,
I think that's starting to come to the forefront now.
The sentiment the Jews got themselves into this, they could get them out of it, echoes in the whole George Floyd protest. If they just followed the law and cooperated with the officers,
so
it would never go that far. I didn't want to get into all that. I knew all that, but thank you, Lighthouse. Shout out to y'all. Y'all doing y'all damn research. I appreciate it. Keep us right. Keep us fact checked. But
when Pearl Harbor happened, it went good old America. All right, fuck you.
Yeah, just like 9/11.
And then that's
just like 9/11. We didn't care what Saddam was doing to them over there.
You did this? All right, fuck you.
9/11 set off all kinds of shit. We were buddies with Saddam and then before 9/11.
Have you ever seen Charlie Wilson's War?
Charlie Wilson, from the Gap Band?
No, Charlie Wilson was a House member in the 90s, and it was a movie with Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Tom Hanks was playing the role, and he basically...
Oh, no, I've never seen that.
Yeah, and Charlie Wilson was basically working with the House and running his thing so he can fund... so he can fund rebels against the USSR.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like Iran-Contra.
And then he, at the end of it, at the last scene of the movie, is he's trying to get money to build a school there. And they couldn't give him the money if he tried. And then roll credits.
Damn. So what was your point, though?
I kind of got lost on my point there.
Oh, respect. That happens a lot. Because my point is, America's always kind of been crooked. America's always kind of been crooked. And none of this shit is new.
Nope. People got all over Hillary for Benghazi for 5 people, and yet Donald Trump right now has known about Russia putting bounties on American soldiers for months and have done nothing about it.
Is it confirmed that Russia is putting bounties on American soldiers?
I've seen it from a lot of news sources.
So is it the normal from reputable sources? Like, it's being reported from reputable sources and we're bringing it live to you?
Yeah, it's definitely from reputable sources. I have a friend of mine who does his due diligence on everything.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned it before, Gavin. And he posted about an article about it. And I'm like, well then.
Because I saw that shit on, like, Twitter, and I was like, okay, I'm just, I don't jump to conclusions. Like, I don't sensationalize things the second like, when something is being sensationalized, I try to parse through, like, all the juicy details to get to the boring shit, because the boring shit is normally where you'll get the real story.
Yes.
And when I saw Russia...
You have to read more than the headline. The headline is written for you to click it.
Yeah, that's true. Also, details are boring. That's why being a scientist is not a job that everybody, like, it sounds cool at first until you figure out that, like, biology is a lot of, like, memorization of Latin and shit.
And experiments are a lot of trial and error.
Long, drawn out, not
repetition.
Fun. Not fun trial and error. Like, okay, this time it turned pink. Okay, this time it turned orange. Okay, this time it turned pink again. It's still pink.
Controlling all of the variables and everything. And this is something that doesn't... You know what also is not nearly as fun as it sounds? Being a video game tester.
Oh, hell yeah. No.
You have to do the same thing over and over and do, like, this jump with this hat on to see if it glitches.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, and it's not even like you get to play the whole level all the way through. No, you get to play a segment of the level. You get to play this map, this section of the map with this equipment on, and you get to fire this weapon at that wall right there because we need to know.
It's basically like a gerbil being released in a gerbil tube house thingy.
Into a rat. I have a theory that we are unknowingly making mice and rats smarter by using them as test subjects for our long drawn out, like, thought experiments and breeding, like, the smart ones.
Well, I'm pretty sure we called it a mega raticate living underneath my old house in Lansdowne.
Is that
I think it was like as big as a cat. When it moved underneath the deck,
okay,
you could feel it.
But I was gonna say that's because of the size, though. What about the intelligence? Because I feel
it was smart enough not to come up and fuck with us.
Does that make it smart, though? Because bears won't come up and fuck with humans, like, for no reason most of the time. It's usually when humans get too close for the bear's comfort. Like,
it's kind of weird, right? So normally you're right, like, something wouldn't attack unless threatened, but did I ever tell you that in 6th grade...
Did I ever tell you about the time... Hold on, can we pause this real quick? I gotta pee.
Potty break! And we're back!
What's cracking? What were we talking about again?
Well, now we were going to go into the BET Awards, so please you tell me about this.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I don't think I've ever turned BET on in my life, to be honest.
Damn, but you want to come to the cookout, though?
But the thing is...
Yo, hold on. Not once. Not just to see what was happening over on College Hill.
But, I mean...
You've never sat down for 106 in Park? You've never been into the basement before with Tigger? That sounded a little...
No, but I love Martin.
That was like a Fox program, if I remember.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not like I'm at the cookout, but, like, I'm still a white dude.
Have you seen Baby Boy?
No.
Damn, you've never seen Baby Boy? Yo, hold on. I don't even know if we can talk BET Awards now, son.
Can we talk at least Lil Wayne?
Yo, hold on. First of all, it was hosted by Amanda Seales. Shout out to Amanda Seales. It was also hosted virtually. The whole award show was pre-recorded.
That's
everybody's.
That's true.
So that's why I wanted to talk about it. Not just
Definitely
because it's a blackity black.
It is a production in the
about.
COVID world.
But also BET, I feel like, is the guinea pig for this post-COVID award show experiment, because the celebrities aren't about to just get up and be around each other and potentially subject themselves to poor people diseases like Tom Hanks and Idris Elba were unfortunately subject to.
Poor people diseases.
Who do you think this shit is killing, bro? It's not killing rich people. Tom Hanks is fine. Idris Elba says he had the shit, and then it turns out he may not have really had the shit.
Kevin Durant is fine. Rudy Gobert is fine.
It's a poor people disease.
It's still terrible, and it is still, since introduced to our country, the #1 leading cause of death in our country.
Yeah, but that's not to take. But I call it a poor people disease. I mean, who do you think it's meant to kill? But we're not going to talk about that because we're not ready to have that talk yet. Anyway, hey guys, this is my dog. He's lovely. His name is Kingston. He's a great poochie. Anyway, this is weird. Like, we saw some clips from the shit. I showed you some clips from the shit because apparently you've never seen an episode of never mind. I was gonna keep the joke going, but there's no need to. The point here
I have been sufficiently shamed.
Shame. I've watched Full House before. I've seen episodes of Friends. I've even seen Whose Line Is It Anyway? And I enjoyed Frasier.
That's just Frasier's a good, smart television show.
But that's not the point. We're not here checking social credits. My point is I feel like BET is the guinea pig for this post-COVID award show thing. And like I said, all the segments were pre-taped or virtually phoned in. And
have you seen Grounded for Life, though?
Fuck, who's in that?
Donald Logue. He's the guy that plays...
what is it about?
A lower middle class family in New York. They're Irish. Exactly. You're not invited to brunch.
I may have, though. You have to show me a trailer because you'd be surprised what I've seen.
That's fine. I really just wanted to claim brunch.
As an Irish thing?
No. As a white thing.
Oh. Okay.
You guys have the cookout. We have brunch.
Oh. That's fair. I feel like that's accurate.
It is a thing of my delegation.
Yeah.
Let's do brunch.
Yeah. Like people
Good luck getting me to brunch, though. I don't want to be anywhere at 11 in the morning.
I mean, brunch is dope. I've been to brunch. It's cool because
mimosas.
You can get steak for breakfast and mimosas. You can get steak and you can drink and nobody looks at you weird.
You know what sucks about COVID? McDonald's doesn't have breakfast bagel sandwiches.
All day. I know. What else sucks is all of these virtually phoned in performances. I mean, Michelle Obama handed Beyonce her lifetime, not her humanitarian award, excuse me. And both of the segments were phoned in, and it just, I don't know, it felt very Truman Show-ish, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I don't know if I would go Truman Show as much as I would go fuck, I can't even think of a good description because this is so dystopian.
It's dystopian in a weird way.
Our fireplace just had an advertisement pop up.
You didn't even have to explain it to them because the laughing was perfectly fine. But yes, if you guys know, our fireplace isn't real. It's didn't we explain it earlier?
Hi, Ted.
Ew. Is this 2 ads? That's terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm skipping this.
No, hold on. No, we gotta learn to ignore that shit.
Nope. I'm stubborn.
We gotta learn.
I can edit that out.
Shit. All right, fine.
We could just do like I said, just do the we'll be right back. Technical difficulties with the
Sometimes you gotta switch between that and like the Looney Tunes one though. Like we'll be right back. Anyway,
still gonna keep
back
Pokemon
on topic. You see what happens when we talk about black stuff? We get so distracted every time we have to talk about black
production
stuff.
value. All right, so let's talk about this Wheezy performance.
We got to the Wheezy performance. All right, no, because there was so much other stuff. How do you feel about Jennifer Hudson being fucking God damn it! Now you fucked my whole groove up. God damn it, Aretha Franklin, yeah.
I mean, anytime somebody gives a shout out to Aretha Franklin, I'm all about it.
Or Jennifer Hudson, I mean, goddamn.
Alicia Keys showed up.
Yes, showed out with a new song. Everybody showed out and
she wasn't wearing makeup, which I told you off of the camera. The reason you knew Kobe Bryant's memorial was a big deal, she had makeup on.
Poignant.
She didn't host the Grammys with makeup on.
Poignant. Man, the support though. The solidarity though. Everybody showed up and put on that good fight, man. You know, with the as much as they
824.
As much as they can for an award show, you know what I mean? We gotta remember we live in a capitalist society and these celebrities want to keep getting paid, but they showed their solidarity, man. Everybody, from the baby to Meg Thee Stallion, everybody was out there.
So how much of the production do you think was DIY? Because it varied in quality.
Yeah, I do feel like it was bring your own A
like
game.
Beyonce, of course, looked fantastic.
Yeah, but she also stood in front of a gray screen for a lot of her shit.
Michelle Obama didn't look great.
She still looked good, but I do feel she's settling into her years. Then there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the woman she's gotta be what, like in her 50s. She's allowed to have a couple of wrinkles, and I'm sure
I've always had a low-key crush on Michelle Obama.
I mean, hell yeah, the woman is gorgeous. Does Barack know how to pick them? I know that was a very sexist thing to say, ladies, after I defend Michelle Obama's wrinkles. I'm also defending her because her birthday is January 17th. I feel like we need, like, you know, kinship. So that's all my astrological people know what I'm talking about. She's also 56 years old. The woman is allowed to have some wrinkles in her goddamn face. Black don't crack, but it's settled. You know what I mean?
Look at Angela Bassett.
Yeah. God, look at Angela Bassett.
She hasn't aged
at all.
Like she's in the ship with like Morgan Freeman, who got on the boat late, Keanu Reeves, Angela Bassett, and they all found the Fountain of Youth.
Man, you remember Eva Pigford, now known as Eva Marcel?
No.
Oh my God, Joe. She was on America's Next Top Model. I don't know if you remember that whole thing.
No, so the Lil Wayne performance of Kobe Bryant with the last verse being different.
Yes.
That was really, really heartfelt, but holy fuck, that green screen job was terrible.
Yeah, what the fuck was he? Also,
what the fuck was he wearing?
So we're about to roast Lil Wayne for
a lot of things.
Was a truly well-given performance. The verse obviously was heartfelt, and it was a good verse. He always come through with the bars. We can have the Eminem versus Lil Wayne debate later.
But I mean, they both have each other in their top 10. We said that last week.
But damn, yo, what the fuck was that nigga wearing, son? Like,
it looked like he took.
Yo.
So we thought shirts were big in 2002.
Was he wearing the Penguins tuxedo?
Oh no, it looked like he was wearing a chef's jacket with like cut down the sleeves.
Yo, you remember that episode of Doug where they were like, oh fucking goddamn it. Did you ever watch?
Of course I watched Doug.
Yo, you remember like where they were walking around, they did that music video and then big like puffy suits.
Yeah.
It almost kind of reminded me of like that, but like without all the fat, like, or like them suits that fucking Kanye and Lil Pump
honestly
was wearing.
It looks like something a JoJo character would wear.
Yo, And the fucking green screen, the fucking strobe lights in the background, the
unnecessary championship ring.
Yo, I mean, well, everything.
He was holding the mic so close to his mouth, you couldn't even tell if he was actually rapping or not.
I was gonna say everything Lil Wayne does is unnecessary, but
he's kind of leaned into his second part of his career.
You're not funny.
Problematic?
It's very the man is battling addiction. Take it seriously, sir.
You got me.
There are people out there like, yo, you're not any fucking better. Anyway, I don't know. What do you think about virtual? Like I said, the Kobe verse was great.
I feel like they would.
What do you think about virtual
BET
reward
would
shows?
need to send out production teams to everybody that they plan on having in, and not just like a guy.
Well, I feel like for BET, as somebody who watches or has watched BET in the past, they did good for BET. Shout out to Amanda Seals, the host for this year. You know, they did what they could with the time given. If you saw what BET normally does with the award shows in the time that they had, you would be like, oh, okay, this wasn't bad. It is not.
Is that saying something?
If you watch BET, everybody who follows us and watches BET, and I know there are some of y'all out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's not that BET has a low budget. It's just I don't know where BET puts their budget.
I get what you're saying. I understand.
It's kind of like BET is still stuck in the like the middle, like MTV2 stage. If you can't know,
I wasn't huge in MTV.
Oh, nah, you didn't watch like MTV2 or anything like that. You don't remember?
I mean, I caught music videos, but I was doing most of my music videos online, and you know, it was just like Jersey Shore dominated, and I was out.
Sometimes I forget how much younger you are than me.
I just turned 28 today, so.
I mean, yeah, 2 years. I guess
2 years does make a difference.
Ask R. Kelly. Dude, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry, guys. Some fucking scabs. I don't have time for this. I gotta go golf with fucking
Tiger Woods.
Mariah Carey.
Why Mariah Carey?
I don't know. That's just who popped into my fucking head. I didn't have time to pan that joke out. Anyway.
I can't believe Eminem once really released a diss track on Mariah Carey.
She came at him first.
Oh, yeah, and then he skewered her.
Because he left it alone. Like, the internet brought it up, Mariah got in her feelings, and he was like, bitch, I left it alone. I made a music video about it. I didn't even name you in the music video. I just got a girl that looked like you, and everybody kind of put the pieces.
I just love that, if people poke the bear, he'll come out.
Cut. Like knife. Get it? It's a knife. Y'all, if you know, you know.
All right. So I wanted to end on talking about the playlist.
The plague or the playlist?
The playlist.
We haven't talked about the COVID stuff.
Oh, yeah. Phase 2 COVID. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, we touched on it a little bit with the, like, the gym.
Yeah.
With the hyperbolic time chamber. I went to get a drink at Applebee's, like, 2 weeks ago, and there was like caution tape across 4 seats at every bar. My bartender looked like he'd do a better fatality than a martini.
Damn.
Like, it was bizarre.
Everybody is like disgruntled and don't understand what's going on and why they have to be here. And should I be at home? Am I allowed to work? Do I have to wear a mask when I work? Should my customers be wearing masks? Nobody's wearing the mask where they should be wearing the mask.
Are you seeing all the Shingeki no Karen? Attack on Karen. moments with people in masks.
Yeah, I'm seeing people getting kicked out of stores for not wearing masks, people punching people for trying to make them wear masks.
It's bad.
This is stupid. If I'm over anything, I'm like, fucking make it illegal for people to go outside so we don't have to wear the fucking mask anymore, because you guys are so goddamn upset about the fuck. You guys want to be outside, but you don't want to be wearing masks. And it's like, and you don't want to get the COVID, because as soon as you get the COVID, you're like, I need to get the test. I've had this cough a little bit too fucking long. I have the black lung. Oh my god.
Shout out to Zoolander.
Yo. People are wild. Specifically America. Sorry guys. Burps. Anyway. America, chill out. Chill out, guys.
Let's just
wear the mask.
Wash so we can get out of this sooner.
Yep. Everybody just cooperates.
I miss all go going to the bar. Please. Let's make it so we can.
I never thought I would be that guy. If everybody just cooperates, we can all go home, guy. Like, I don't want to be that guy.
Wait, have you seen the movie 12 Angry Men?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Did you have to watch that in high school?
No, I watched it because
Did you watch the new one or the old one? I watched the new one. It's like James Gandolfini and stuff.
No, I watched the black and white one because I have a thing for black and white movies. We'll talk about it off mic.
I feel you.
But yeah, no, yeah, that's kind of how I feel right now. I don't remember that character's name, but yeah, I'm kind of just like, I'm on that side of the fence, and it makes me feel weird. And I guess it's because I'm a parent right now, but I'm a parent right now. That was a weird sentence.
Hopefully for the rest of it.
For the rest of my life. Yo, I just... man, I'm over it because it's stupid, and I'm tired.
The dumb apocalypse.
Go ahead and just fucking make Joe Biden president already. I'm not gonna say what usually people say after that because I'm not gonna speak that into the universe. But I just need some return to some. I need a new normal, yo. I need a new standard of decency that is cohesive with the golden rule that we were all born and raised with, which is treat other people how you want to be treated.
Don't be a shitbird.
Don't. Yo, why is it so hard? I don't understand it. People, nobody wants to get sick. So the doctors say, wear a mask sometimes. So just wear a mask sometimes. Like, and it'll help make sure that people don't get sick. I even saw a thing that said that this thing is slowly starting to die out a little bit in like the way that people build up immunities to things.
And now we have the highest amount of reported COVID cases per day since it hit America.
I mean, that was bound to happen. That's just how like things like this work. When you look at like history, like it peaks and valleys. And eventually it'll flatline at some point. Either we'll get closer to a vaccine or our bodies will just develop an immunity on their own. Or not necessarily an immunity, but it'll be you know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
It's very Darwin.
Why did you have to make it about that?
What would you do?
Why did you have to make it about that? Like, saying Darwin makes it sound so aggro. Like,
it makes it sound honest.
Anyway.
So the playlist.
Yes.
What type of stuff did you add on here? I listened to a little bit of it.
God damn, I added so much random shit.
Well, you caught up on 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I added like 4 extra songs for y'all because I was loafing so hard. So,
I know you added a bunch of rock. I was really feeling the rock that you threw on.
Yeah, let me get into it real quick. I got it.
The type of stuff I added. So I kind of just added some of my more staple songs. Like I added a David Bowie song. Obviously, that's where I get Ziggy from. I added a Misfits cover by My Chemical Romance, which I was really banging with. I added like a really rockin' like Radiohead song. I put Feel by Kendrick on there.
I saw your Radiohead just
and
now.
I put a couple songs on there that just have like really good guitar riffs.
Yeah, I was all over the fucking place now that I'm looking at it. I added a lot of like electronic, like I guess you would call like dance music, because lately I've just been...
I was listening to some of the instrumentals you put on there, and I was really fucking with them.
Yeah, lately
I've been listening to a lot of instrumentals because I'm putting them into the pile while editing. So
I mean, that's just where my head's been lately. Like, I'm very like particular with a lot of the music I listen to, so recently I've been listening to a lot of stuff with no words in it, because I've been in my own headspace, and I use the music to kind of like transverse through that headspace. So yeah, I put a lot of I put DJs, producers on there like Bronco, Zoo, I put some Smino on there because, I mean, I've been talking about him a lot. I fuck with a lot of his music. I put a lot of rock music on there. Dead Ghost. Who else was there? Bleached. I threw on there.
Would you see that we got tweeted at about our playlist?
Yes.
So we had @RichXRocker. He's really into like. So I mentioned Sonic Youth.
Yeah.
And I put Teenage Riot on the playlist, and he was like, if you like the Sonic Youth, My Bloody Valentine type of like CBGB's hardcore, he told us to check out this band Grow Rich, and I was really digging it. Like it definitely had some Sonic Youth vibes.
Oh, you listened to it? I haven't listened to it yet, but did you check the tag?
Yeah, the band was called Grow Rich, and the guy who tweeted at us was @RichXRocker. So I think it's probably, I'm gonna take a guess considering the name is Grow Rich, probably his band.
Yeah.
But I want to say, shout out. I dig what you're listening. I dig what you're doing.
Okay.
I might throw that shit on this week's playlist.
No, we're definitely gonna throw it on this week's playlist because
shout out.
You guys support us. We support y'all. That's how this shit
You told us what you like. You told us what you don't like.
So we gonna show love. This shit is good. We gonna show it love. Zig gives it his stamp. Rock music is his thing. So if they got his approval, I'm gonna give it a check out, and we gonna let y'all give it your listen. Tell us
just
if it
remember,
floats. None of this
is normal.
Look, it's a flood. It's flooding.
Get away.
Quick, we need to get to higher ground.
Open the floodgates.